It's a little bit cold this morning. Actually, I have a much better idea for the intro for this video. Stop! Police! I'm the grammar police. Let's start the video. I love this little guy. I could watch him walk around all day long. I think it's part of human nature. We find toys and games entertaining because it doesn't seem serious. It's a diversion from the serious business of real life. And that's why I love to use games in the classroom, because the students learn, but they don't realize they're learning. Now, lots of you recently in the comments and messages, you've been asking me to talk about my favorite games, the things that I do here in the school with the students, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to show you some of my favorite games and also some games that I don't like very much. In our school, the only grammar books that we have, the only books we ever use, are just these few books here. All of this is just games. Okay, so the first category of games is vocabulary games. And there are three which are my favorites. Okay, so the first one is Taboo. And this game is really simple. In general, I like simplicity because you can't spend 20 minutes explaining to the student how to play the game. It doesn't work. With Taboo, what you have to do is you have to describe this word at the top without using any of these words. And it can be very difficult because these words are essential to describing the word at the top. So for example, could you describe Easter without using egg or chocolate or bun or Jesus? Okay, the second game is called 5-second rule. Now, the original game you are supposed to, it's for native speakers, right? You take a card and you have 5 seconds to name 3 things. All of the cards are 3 things, like 3 cinema snacks, 3 things to have in a salad, 3 ways to relax at home. And I love this game because you have to choose 3 words from a very specific category. You know, a lot of learners do not have that much vocabulary in one little category. And you have to think fast. Yeah? And normally I don't play with the 5-second timer because it's too difficult. But a great game for expanding vocabulary. The final game is this, In a Pickle. Now, I don't actually know how to play the original game because I threw away the instructions. But really, this game is nothing. It's just hundreds and hundreds of vocabulary cards. Random words, cage, girl, test tube, car park. You could use flashcards to play this game. You could write your own cards, okay? Simple is best. Now, this is the way that I play this game. So I put 5 cards on the table, like this, 5 cards. And then I give the student 5 cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I give myself 5 cards, okay? Or if it's a group, I give everybody 5 cards, and then I put the deck here. And the game is really simple. I have to choose one card, like, for example, picture, and I have to describe the relationship between this card and another card. Picture and girl. Okay, I made a match. So I can say, right, in my house, I have a picture of a girl that I used to know in high school. Okay, that's kind of creepy, but, well, you get the idea. And then the next student goes and we continue building these lines with the cards. And when they put down a card, they pick up another card from the deck. Simple. And I like this game because it involves inventing stories. It involves talking a lot. Okay, and of course, you know, you're learning new vocabulary. You always have, you're picking up cards. So this game for me is a magic game. Now, in this category of vocabulary games, you have games like this, like Bananagrams and Scrabble and Word Up. Games with little tiles like this, and you have to make words. I don't really like them. I don't think that they work. One, because you can only use words that you already know. It's very limited for learning new vocabulary. And also, when you're playing the game, it's a very silent game. You're not speaking a lot. And for me, it's a game of strategy. It's not a game of vocabulary. The next category is storytelling games. When you are using language, you spend a lot of time telling stories about what happened yesterday, what happened to you this morning, a holiday you went on, a conversation you had. A lot of communication is about telling stories, so we need to practice telling stories. Now, these are incredible. They're called story cubes, and there are different types. For example, the orange one is objects, nouns. For example, you have a little picture of a rainbow and a little compassy thing and an alien. And the blue box is verbs. So for example, you have like hurt, carry, cry. And the game is super simple. Simple is best. You give the student some cubes, and you take some cubes. You roll them out, and then you have to invent a story. One day there was a big fire in my house, and I tried to use my hands to put it out, but then some bees appeared and started attacking me. What the hell? And then I died. Great story, Christian. The other game is this one, Dixit, okay? And again, it's simple. It's just a whole bunch of cards with abstract pictures on them. And normally I play this game like I shuffle the deck, okay? Now, for these, I never use the instructions for any games. I'm a typical man. Open the box, instructions in the bin. No, because, you know, we are not playing the games for entertainment. We're playing them with a language learning objective. So, okay, so you have these cards, you shuffle them, okay, shuffle. And then they go on the table. Student takes a card. Look, it's like some crazy faces. So they start the story. One day I was with my friends and I went to the theatre to watch a Shakespeare play. Okay, great. Now it's my turn. And I continue the story. The Shakespeare play was about a mermaid living under the water. Da, da, da. And then his turn, my turn, and we make a story. Now, it's great because you have to use your imagination. You're talking a lot in the past tense. Most stories are told in the past, so you're practicing past simple, past continuous, past perfect, present perfect. All of your verbal tenses are being practiced. But you can actually use the game to practice other tenses. Like, you could use the game to say, right, we're going to tell this story in the present or the historical present. Or even, I want you to invent a plan for the future using these cards. The next category is grammar games. Now, this game here, Scruples, okay, is to practice conditionals. So, really simple, a deck of cards with some imaginary situations. For example, the only available place in the car park is reserved for handicapped. You are in a hurry and you won't be very long. Do you park there? Ooh, it's like a moral dilemma. Should you park in the disabled bay or not? And this is for practicing your conditionals. The next one is Bucket of Doom. Another great game. So basically you have these black and white vocabulary cards. So I give the student 5 cards with random vocabulary. Now, this game is, look, explicit, okay? So this is only for adults. But the great thing is that the vocabulary is more natural. It's more vocabulary that people use every day. Like, for example, a sweaty yoga mat. Ew. A depressed circus tiger. A bucket of pig's blood. Right? Okay, so the student has these cards, and then they have one pink card, which is a situation. For example, this one. You are in your date's apartment on the 20th floor. You throw a ball for her dog. It flies out of the window and the dog jumps after it. So the dog of your date has jumped out of the apartment window because you threw the ball. Now, what you have to do is choose one... choose one object to save yourself from this situation. Like maybe you would go to the circus and pay $50 for the depressed circus tiger, and then you could set the tiger loose and say to your date, "Oh my God, the tiger escaped from the zoo and ate your dog." So this is great for practicing conditionals, but it's also great for practicing your modal verbs, talking about probability or possibility. I might do this, I could do this, I should do this, I need to do this. Finally today, there are games that are just hilariously funny, like this game, Randomize. So you have 3 categories of cards, A, B, and C, okay? And they are adjectives, nouns, and verbs. And the game is really simple. So I take one adjective card, one noun card, and one verb card. So for example, I have a strong zebra juggling. And now I have to draw this thing. Okay. There's my strong zebra. This is my zebra, you see, and he's juggling the balls and see the muscles. I swear that I have never laughed in class as much as with this game. And this is, you know, really just for vocabulary, for learning new nouns and adjectives and verbs. Did you know the verb juggling before this? Okay, this video was not supposed to end here. I actually filmed a whole second half to the video with a Q&A and other things, but then I was editing it and I think it was really boring and it was too long, so this is the new ending to the video. I'm Christian, this is Canguro English. I'll see you in class.